This second session, taking place at 7 p.m. on Monday, May 30th, 2022, in St. John's, will include the conferring of the degrees of Bachelor of Arts Honours, Bachelor of Arts grads with surnames A to N, and International Bachelor of Arts. The session of convocation is being presided over by Dr. Susan Dyer Knight, Chancellor of Memorial University. The mace, a symbol of the authority vested in the university, is carried by David Pippy with the Office of the Registrar. Convocation will be officially open when the mace is placed on the table in front of the Chancellor as presiding officer.
Please be seated. Well, this is a special moment in any convocation, and I always enjoy it. I declare convocation open, and I'm now going to read the land acknowledgement. When I came here, that wasn't being done. So nice to see things moving in that direction. I would like to respectfully acknowledge the territory in which we gather as the ancestral homeland of the Beothuk and the island of Newfoundland as the ancestral homeland of the Mi'kmaq and Beothuk. I would also like to recognize the Inuit of Nunatsiavut and Nunatuhavut and the Innu of Nitassinan and their ancestors as the original people of Labrador. We strive for respectful relationships with all the people of Newfoundland and Labrador, and we strive as well for all the people in our province as we search for collective healing and true reconciliation and honor this beautiful land together. I'd like now to call on Dr. Vian Timmins, the President and Vice Chancellor, to address convocation.
Good evening, everyone. We'll try that again. Good evening, everyone. What a joyous occasion. I am so excited to see your faces. Do you know, I haven't seen very many students' faces in the last 2 years here. I'm really pleased. Chancellor, Honorable Minister, we are so thrilled to have you with us, Minister Abbott. It was wonderful. Members of the Board of Regents, members of Senate, faculty members, and the most important, graduating class, and all of the distinguished guests that are here today. I have to tip my head so I can see you because the light is shining. Good evening, students, and congratulations. Now, you're going to be hearing that word a lot, but it's well deserved. And welcome to your family and friends who are here to celebrate your success with you. I am so pleased tonight to welcome a special guest to this celebration, Shane O'Day, who will receive an honorary doctorate. Mr. O'Day is a multiple award-winning university teacher, a prolific researcher, and a leading authority on the built heritage of our province. His knowledge of the architectural forms and building techniques of our domestic, vernacular, public, and religious structures is comprehensive and unparalleled. Mr. O'Day turned that knowledge into action, and he has played a significant role in the majority of preservation efforts and activities that have taken place in this province, Newfoundland and Labrador, over the past 30 years. For this extraordinary impact he's had on the intellectual life within and beyond Memorial, and for the sustained work he's done to communicate about and advocate for the architectural and cultural heritage of this province, Mr. O'Day today will receive an honorary Doctor of Laws degree with you, graduates. Congratulations. Let's give him a hand. Graduates, it's been a quiet couple of years, so today I want you to make lots of noise, and I'm saying that to your family and your friends. Like, we want laughter and cheers and clapping, and to make this a joyous occasion, because things feel a little different this spring. And you know what that feeling is? It is hope. We are seeing the light at the end of the long COVID tunnel. I hope. In every cloud, there's a silver lining, and if we can just see it, recognize it, and begin to nurture and strengthen it, then I think we'll have a lot to look forward to. Every year, winter gives way to spring, and we welcome tulips and daffodils, lupins and lilacs. In March, Iranians celebrate their new year. They close the door on one chapter of their lives and turn the page to the next with excitement. The Inuit in Nunavut celebrate the Tunic Time Festival, a 2-week celebration that marks the return of the sun to the snow-covered north. In May Day, the ancient festival of spring is celebrated by cultures around the world. Why? Because the hope of being able to start new and better is a universal hope. And I'd like to think Convocation is the start of something new for each and every one of you. You faced what is arguably the greatest societal upheaval of our generation. In the middle of your programs, we sent you home. And I'm sure many of you found that very challenging. But what did you do? You persevered. You knew how important it was to finish your degrees, to keep moving on your educational path. This kind of adaptability and commitment is good news for the rest of us. It means you, the generation coming up behind us, you are leaders of tomorrow, are ready to face whatever life throws at you, even if you don't think you can. You are our greatest accomplishments, and today we honor you as graduates. But as president, I'm also proud of everything that Memorial has achieved over this past challenging year. Let me just name a few. I was thrilled when we announced our 6th campus in Happy Valley Goose Bay, our Labrador campus. And the reason I was thrilled is I grew up in Labrador. It is a leading center of research, education, policy, and outreach by and for the North. And in the fall, we'll welcome its first nursing and engineering students to its campus. And it also helps with donut making. The campus recently hosted a research forum welcoming over 240 people to share research and celebrate Labrador culture, including the first ever virtual Innu donut making class. And if you've ever eaten those donuts, they are phenomenal. If you get up to the north, try them. We welcomed a record number of students to our campuses last fall, more than 14,400 enrolled. One of those people is Albin Jose Toms, an international student studying engineering, who, like many international students, is a born entrepreneur. His pop-up Black Cat Pizzeria is selling out its sourdough pizzas within minutes of them being posted on social media. And I also want to acknowledge someone in this audience here today, which is Chris Gardner. Do you want to give a wave, Chris? Please take the time to read Chris's story in our Gazette. It's an inspiring and amazing story. So I'll just tease you to draw your attention to the Gazette. And finally, if you ever questioned the value that Memorial brings to this province, listen to this. An economic impact report released last year concluded that Memorial has an annual economic impact of $627 million to the province. That's almost as much as agriculture, arts, entertainment, and seafood manufacturing combined. And we brought in a record total sponsored research income of $176 million. And that's money being well spent. A novel study led by a Memorial University researcher has revealed that aging may not be inevitable. Can you believe that? A science researcher found that fish do not age like mammals and birds. You know, that's a research outcome I think we'd all like to learn more about. Team Memorial's doing amazing things, but now it's time to turn these graduates into alumni as permanent members of Team Memorial. So it's time to paraphrase our university motto, to launch you forth into the world. You know, convocations are special events in the life of a university because they celebrate the university's primary responsibility, the success of you, our students. Convocation is about your success. We celebrate not just the outcome from your journey in the past few years, but also our combined future as we welcome you to the Memorial family as alumni of this great university. And it is a future filled with hope. Don't look to see if the glass is half full or half empty. Figure out how to fill it. With hope and faith, you can make things happen. It's kind of like magic. So we have a room full of graduates from the Faculty of Humanities and Social Science, and I want to talk to each and every one of you. So I'm going to ask you to stand, or if you're unable to stand, it's all right. So if you could please stand. All the graduates that are here. Do you know, many years ago, I graduated with an arts degree. You're probably thinking they never had arts degree when I went to university, but they did. And as graduates of the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, you are uniquely able to analyze what's going on in the world and to create a different future. Your degree has given you a strong foundation of knowledge, along with the critical thinking, research, analytical, and communication skills needed to succeed and adapt in a dynamic and rapidly evolving world. Thank you for choosing a program that fosters our understanding of the past, the present, and the future. Now, before you sit down, I think it's a great time to thank those who have supported you through your educational journey. For many of you, you have family and friends here, or they may be watching online. They may have contributed financially, but definitely emotionally, and supported you in numerous ways. Can I ask you to turn and face the family and friends that are here and clap to show your appreciation? Get that noise going. Thank you, graduates. You may sit down. Do you know, you came to Memorial not knowing what the future would hold. You had a goal, maybe one that changed along the way, but that's what life is all about, exploring the endless possibilities and knowing it's okay if you change your mind. Sometimes maybe it's even a good thing. I will tell you that I went to university wanting to be a vet, But I didn't know very many people who went to university. And when I got there, I met with a program advisor who asked me, "What do you love to do?" And I said, "I love to read." And so she said, "Well, then you need to go in to the English department and do an English degree." I had no idea that an English degree does not lead the career path of a veterinarian. But I did it unknowingly, and it was the best path I could ever imagine. Albert Einstein once said, "Learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow." The important thing is not to stop questioning. Graduates, keep curious, keep asking, and most of all, keep hoping. You honored us by choosing Memorial University as your university. Thank you so much.
We shall now proceed with the conferring of your degrees. And this is the stage is set, but right here, there is an invisible gate. And as you come across, you will be echoing our motto here at Memorial, which is launch forth into the deep. And you know who's powering it? Who built it? The thing that is being launched? Yourselves. You did. So it doesn't take very long, but try to make some little particular memory that you'll be able to visit in time to come. I invite you in the audience to applaud each of our graduates. And when some special honor is mentioned, clap even louder.
Chancellor, in the name of the Senate of the University, I present to you the candidates for the undergraduate degrees approved for this session of convocation. I have certified to the Senate that these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements pertaining to the degrees. I therefore request that you admit them thereto.
On the authority of the Senate, I, as Chancellor, will now admit the candidates to these degrees and confer upon them all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which belong thereto. I call upon them, on the hearing of their name, to present themselves before me in the hood appropriate to the degree.
For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Honours, Daniel Blunt.
Daniel Blunt is from Cochrane, Alberta.
Bethany Michelle Brenton.
Bethany Michelle Brenton is from St. John's.
Erin Margaret Cadigan.
Erin Margaret Cadigan is from St. John's.
Ashley Rebecca Lynn Coles.
Ashley Rebecca Lynn Coles is from Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Hannah Christine Cooper.
Hannah Christine Cooper is from St. John's.
Riley Craig Cotter.
Riley Craig Cotter is from Melrose.
Elizabeth Gauchi, winner of the Helen Jones Convocation Award for Excellence in English.
Elizabeth Gauchi is from St. John's.
Mackenzie Susan Gould.
Mackenzie Susan Gould is from Antigonish, Nova Scotia.
Alicia Violet Golding.
Alicia Violet Golding is from Deerley.
Jane Susan Golding, winner of the Captain George C. Whiteley Prize in English.
Jane Susan Golding is from Grand Falls, Windsor.
Krista Megan Greeley.
Krista Megan Greeley is from Conception Bay South.
Faith Vera Ann Holohan.
Faith Vera Ann Holohan is from Clarenville.
Amanda Marie Hull.
Amanda Marie Hull is from Conception Bay South.
Molly Louise Ingenmi, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in Archaeology.
Molly Louise Ingenmi is from Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Otto Patrick Kallio.
Otto Patrick Kallio.
Peter Ernest Moore.
Peter Ernest Moore is from St. John's.
Nathan Noah Mullins.
Nathan Noah Mullins.
Haley Marie Myers.
Haley Marie Myers is from Chapels Cove.
Alexander Donald Morris Oliver.
Alexander Donald Morris Oliver is from Mount Pearl.
Aaron Tucker Simon, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in French.
Aaron Tucker Simon is from Ottawa, Ontario.
Chad Lawrence Sinyard, winner of the Reginald H. Brown QC Memorial Scholarship.
Chad Lawrence Sinyard is from Conception Bay South.
Madeline Jill White.
Madeline Jill White is from Port Rexton.
Caitlin Alyssa Violet Woodley, winner of the Memorial University of Newfoundland English Students Society Mess Award.
Caitlin Alyssa Violet Woodley is from Portugal Cove, St. Phillips.
And those who have been approved by the Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Rebecca Rachel Adams.
Rebecca Rachel Adams is from St. John's.
Adam Christopher James Baker.
Adam Christopher James Baker is from St. John's.
Caitlin Marie Ballum.
Caitlin Marie Ballum is from Mount Pearl.
Cassidy Barry.
Cassidy Barry is from Placentia.
Bailey Bennett.
Bailey Bennett is from Paradise.
Jennifer Rose Biles.
Jennifer Rose Biles is from St. John's.
Katrina Alice Marie Bonia.
Katrina Alice Marie Bonia is from St. John's.
Joshua Edward Booth.
Joshua Edward Booth is from Stewiacke, Nova Scotia.
Shauna Lee Connor Bradbury.
Shauna Lee Connor Bradbury is from Flat Rock.
Carly Denise Brazel.
Carly Denise Brazel is from Torbay.
Pamela Grace Brown.
Pamela Grace Brown is from St. John's.
Lee Ann Bugden.
Leah Ann Bugden is from Conception Bay South.
Caitlin Clarice Mary Burden.
Caitlin Clarice Mary Burden is from Carbonear.
Noelle Evelyn Bureau.
Noelle Evelyn Bureau is from Gander.
Sophia Christine Burke.
Sophia Christine Burke is from St. John's.
Gregory Douglas Kurt Butt.
Gregory Douglas Kurt Butt is from St. John's.
Deirdre Ann Cameron McKenna.
Deirdre Ann Cameron McKenna is from Comox, British Columbia.
Josh Canning, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in Law and Society and winner of the Cox and Palmer Award in Law and Society.
Josh Canning is from Toronto, Ontario.
Kevin Charles Castle.
Kevin Charles Castle is from St. John's.
Tristan Douglas Cater.
Tristan Douglas Cater is from Norris Arm.
Holly Melissa Charlton.
Holly Melissa Charlton is from Gander.
Caitlin Sidney Chalk.
Caitlin Sidney Chalk is from Carmenville.
Allison Coleman.
Allison Coleman is from St. John's.
Olivia Jane Corbett.
Olivia Jane Corbett is from Harbor, Maine.
Alex Gabrielle Cram.
Alex Gabrielle Cram is from Wabush.
Tanya Joanne Michelle Cribb.
Tanya Joanne Michelle Cribb is from Head of Beta Spear.
Alexander Harris Cull.
Alexander Harris Cull is from St. John's.
Durgeshwari Kulachurn.
Durgeshwari Kulachurn is from Depinay, Mauritius.
Hannah Jade Daly.
Hannah Jade Daly is from Paradise.
Danielle Tammy Dalton.
Danielle Tammy Dalton is from Cape Royal.
Caitlin Victoria Daw.
Caitlin Victoria Daw is from Bernie.
Tyra Jane Daw.
Tyra Jane Daw is from Northern Ireland.
John Everett D.
John Everett D is from St. John's.
Maggie Erin May Delaney.
Maggie Erin May Delaney is from Coley's Point.
Jessley Stephanie Ember Devison, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in History.
Jessley Stephanie Ember Devison is from Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Evan James Brian Doherty.
Evan James Brian Doherty is from Cornwall, Ontario.
Jennifer Lauren Driscoll.
Jennifer Lauren Driscoll is from Logie Bay.
Emily Drover.
Emily Drover is from St. John's.
Cassandra Lee Drover.
Cassandra Lee Drover is from Flat Rock.
Cecily Patricia Dumaresque.
Cecily Patricia Dumaresque is from St. John's.
Shannon Mary Earls.
Shannon Mary Earls is from Conception Bay South.
Beverly Joy Edmonds.
Beverly Joy Edmonds is from St. John's.
Six, 36 years, I think I can take my time.
Paul Richard Edwards.
Paul Richard Edwards is from Torbay.
Adam Osama El Sayed.
Adam Osama El Sayed is from Cairo, Egypt.
Noah James Fahy.
Noah James Fahy is from Northern Bay.
Grady Daniel Finley.
Grady Daniel Finley is from St. John's.
Haley Elizabeth Fitzpatrick.
Haley Elizabeth Fitzpatrick is from Marystown.
Catherine Jean Flynn.
Catherine Jean Flynn is from St. John's.
Catherine Raven Flynn.
Catherine Raven Flynn is from St. John's.
Katie Grace Follett.
Katie Grace Follett is from Paradise.
Haley Rosemary Margaret Freak.
Haley Rosemary Margaret Freak is from Mount Pearl.
Shelby Dawn Fudge.
Shelby Dawn Fudge is from Leading Tickles.
Alyssa Ashley Gagne.
Alyssa Ashley Gagne is from Paradise.
Nicholas Daniel Gagnon.
Nicholas Daniel Gagnon is from St. John's.
Christopher Gardner.
Christopher Gardner is from St. John's.
Emily Rebecca Garley.
Emily Rebecca Garley is from Mount Pearl.
Mara Elizabeth Gaudette.
Mara Elizabeth Gaudette is from St. John's.
Joel Edward George.
Joel Edward George is from St. John's.
Emma Mackenzie Gilbert.
Emma Mackenzie Gilbert is from Greens Harbor.
Hope Madonna Greeley, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in English.
Hope Madonna Greeley is from St. John's.
Maria Margaret Griffin.
Maria Margaret Griffin is from Grand Falls, Windsor.
Gabrielle Neige Gay.
Gabrielle Neige Gay is from Qualicum Beach, British Columbia.
Heather Susan Guy.
Heather Susan Guy is from Mount Pearl.
Mason David Hatcher.
Mason David Hatcher is from Burnt Islands.
Keely Sophia Ann Hayes.
Keely Sophia Ann Hayes is from Mount Pearl.
Lauren Robin Irene Hayward.
Lauren Robin Irene Hayward is from St. John's.
Lauren Alexandra Hill.
Lauren Alexandra Hill is from Fall River, Nova Scotia.
Nicholas Matthew Hillier.
Nicholas Matthew Hillier is from St. John's.
Christina Hodder.
Christina Hodder is from Mount Pearl.
Jesse Ryan Hogan.
Jesse Ryan Hogan is from Mount Pearl.
Chase Rex Daniel Hallwell.
Chase Rex Daniel Holwell is from Nain.
Timothy Hong, winner of the A.C. Hunter Prize in English.
Timothy Hong is from St. John's.
Carrie Elizabeth Hookey.
Carrie Elizabeth Hookey is from Port Rexton.
Morgan Elizabeth Humby.
Morgan Elizabeth Humby is from Stony Plain, Alberta.
Bradley Percy Ryan Hunt.
Bradley Percy Ryan Hunt is from Gander.
Morgan Teresa Hunt.
Morgan Teresa Hunt is from Wabush.
Sydney Jane Hunt.
Sydney Jane Hunt is from Harbor Grace.
Fatima Zainab Imtiaz.
Fatima Zainab Imtaz is from Francistown, Botswana.
Samantha Laura Jackson.
Samantha Laura Jackson is from Paradise.
Deepa Ramesh Jagwani.
Deepa Ramesh Jagwani is from Belize City, Belize.
Prabsimran Jeet Kaur.
Prabsimran Jeet Kaur is from Mohali, India.
Sarah Joan Kavanagh.
Sarah Joan Kavanagh is from the Goulds.
Braden Truman Robert Keane.
Braden Truman Robert Keane is from Flat Rock.
Keisha Alexis Brooke Kelly.
Keisha Alexis Brooke Kelly is from Clarenville.
Ireland Berrigan Kenny.
Ireland Berrigan Kenny is from St. John's.
Jean Marie Kenny.
Jean Marie Kenny is from St. John's.
I'm going to take a snail's pace.
Kira Susan Keogh.
Kira Susan Keogh is from Conception Bay South.
Zachary Paul Keogh.
Zachary Paul Keogh is from Mount Pearl.
Mackenzie Marie Kiley.
Mackenzie Marie Kiley is from St. John's.
Zev Isaac Kipnis.
Zev Isaac Kipnis is from St. John's.
Courtney Margaret Lahi.
Courtney Margaret Lahi is from St. John's.
Emily Grace Lawler.
Emily Grace Lawler is from Conception Bay South.
Maria Patricia Ann Lawler.
Maria Patricia Ann Lawler is from Springdale.
Haley Isabella Lehman.
Haley Isabella Lehman is from Paradise.
Stephanie Marie LeGraley.
Stephanie Marie LeGraley is from Coley's Point.
Marcela Maria Lopez Hernandez.
Marcela Maria Lopez Hernandez is from St. John's.
Danny Justin Lovelace.
Danny Justin Lovelace is from St. John's.
Cole Michael McIsaac.
Cole Michael McIsaac is from St. John's.
Darlene Michelle McLaughlin.
Darlene Michelle McLaughlin is from Gatineau, Quebec.
These are unscripted moments. You want to say it yourself?
So what I wanted to say is that at the age of 56, you're never too old to learn.
Dolina Marion Louise McLeod.
Dolina Marion Louise McLeod is from Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Nathan David Trevor March.
Nathan David Trevor March is from Mount Pearl.
Haley Amanda Dawn Martin, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in Linguistics.
Haley Amanda Dawn Martin is from Spaniards Bay.
Owen Patrick Martin.
Owen Patrick Martin is from St. John's.
Garikai Francis Matsika.
Garikai Francis Matsika is from Harare, Zimbabwe.
Sarah Stacy McDuff.
Sarah Stacy McDuff is from Marystown.
Stephanie Diana Mercer.
Stephanie Diana Mercer is from New Harbor.
Claudine Elizabeth Ann Metcalf.
Claudine Elizabeth Ann Metcalf is from St. John's.
Working on 2 degrees for the last 9 years, so for the remainder of the walk across this stage, I am taking my time and savoring it.
Quinton David Milligan Taylor.
Quinton David Milligan Taylor from Happy Valley, Goose Bay.
Finley Sava Schmilnitsky Moores.
Finley Sava Shulmitsky Moores is from Stouffville, Ontario.
Kelsey Tina Morgan.
Kelsey Tina Morgan is from St. John's.
Nina Esther Morgan.
Nina Esther Morgan is from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Ireland Drew Mudge.
Ireland Drew Mudge is from Mount Pearl.
John Isiswe Mwemba, winner of the Chancellor's Undergraduate Award, presented to the student of the graduating class who has shown most leadership in student affairs at the undergraduate level during their university years, and winner of the Fry Family Foundation Undergraduate Leadership Award, and winner of the George M. Story Convocation Medal in Arts.
John Isiswe Muwamba is from St. John's.
Ibtal Naji.
Ibtal Naji is from St. John's.
Caitlin Jessica Newell.
Caitlin Jessica Newell is from St. John's.
Rebecca Grace Noel.
Rebecca Grace Noel is from Torbay.
Shauna Michelle Noseworthy.
Shauna Michelle Noseworthy is from Badger.
Jessie Megan Gowdy, winner of the University Medal for Academic Excellence in Communication Studies.
Jessie Maria Gowdy.
For the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors, Matthew Louis Johnson.
Matthew Louis Johnson.
And those who've been approved by the Senate for the degree but are absent from this convocation.
Admitted in absentia.
For the degree of International Bachelor of Arts, Frances Zoe Asukwo.
Frances Zoe Asukwo is from Calabar, Nigeria.
Abigail Emily Cole.
Abigail Emily Cole is from St. John's.
Julia Florence Kelly.
Julia Florence Kelly is from St. John's.
Annie Claire McCarthy.
Annie Claire McCarthy is from Portugal Cove, St. Philip's.
Them when they're 5 years old.
Shannon Alva Lorraine Sarter.
Shannon Alva Lorraine Sarter is from Sandy Point.
Sarah Marie Elizabeth Worthman, winner of the Senator Joan Cook Convocation Award in Canadian Politics.
Sarah Marie Elizabeth Worthman is from St. John's.
We're waiting for one of our performers. I spoke to her earlier this evening, so I know she's here, and I don't think at this stage she has stage fright. Oh, she's behind me. Now, how many play guitar in this audience? Anybody? I don't mean like snazzy, I mean play the guitar. I thought I'd see more hands than that. Well, this is Qing Xia, and she plays an instrument with 21 strings. So we have been really lucky to have her here. She's going to play for us today something from the, I'm not going to say this properly, I know, the Yongzhou area in China. And she is going to play, this piece has been written by Wong Hui-ran, and one of the most special things about this performance will be that the person who is playing it is getting her PhD in ethnomusicology next week, not next week, but a few days on. So that's very special. So we're delighted that she chose Memorial from all that distance, and she has given us so much and brought her music with us as well. We shall now proceed to the conferring of the degree honoris causa.
For the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Shane O'Day.
Well, Chancellor, we have quite the opportunity here before us, one of our own. Not only a true memorial success story, up the ranks from student to professor emeritus to honorary graduate in a mere 6 decades, but also our former public orator, my predecessor, my mentor. How many times has he stood where I now stand, doffed his cap and gesticulated like Hamlet, and with his deep and sonorous voice, in his mid-Atlantic accent, rapt the audience, held intense anticipation his subject. Since 1982, he has wielded this power, brought dignity and distinction to our ceremonies, and in doing so, to this institution, to this province. Occasionally seeming to skewer his candidate while making the case for their merit, he elevated and enlivened them and us with his words, his wit, and his wisdom, with his depth of knowledge and boundless creativity, delivered always with claritas, with gravitas. So too, for 50 years, did he captivate and inspire our students. The same theatrical energy and rhetorical flair, the very same that you will soon witness, accounts in part for his celebrated brilliance as a professor of English and Irish literature and of Newfoundland material culture, and why he was, for a time, literally the poster boy for teaching excellence at Memorial. His students remember him with an uncommon fondness, deep respect, and, if we're being honest, a certain element of fear. Cutting what can only be described as a looming figure, O'Day would stride into class in his 3-piece tweed suit, pace the room like a caged animal, and, heaven forfend, call on students by name. Though formal and exacting in his approach, he created a dynamic environment that his students felt privileged to experience, in which they developed confidence in their ideas and became better at expressing them. That he maintained a rigorous standard resulting in averages well below the norm, but that he consistently earned student evaluation scores well above it, says as much about his professorial prowess as does his being the recipient of Memorial's first Distinguished Teaching Award, being named Canadian Professor of the Year, or winning that most prestigious of national recognitions, the 3M Teaching Fellowship. The case for merit must also include the no less dramatic role our man has played as a tenacious champion of built heritage and a prime mover in the province's conservation movement, how he turned his mind and his mouth to the project of understanding, documenting, restoring, and protecting Newfoundland and Labrador's historical, domestic, public, and religious architecture. A townie born and bred, O'Day grew up on Duckworth and spent his youth prowling a post-Confederation downtown that was badly languishing, while nurturing a fascination for auctions, antiques, and stories of old St. John's. With his like-minded companions and a pocket full of dollar bills, he'd go on picking expeditions up and down the coast in a Volkswagen bus with a temperamental clutch, hunting for antiques and local treasures, assessing old houses and churches, and bemoaning the unforgivable trend of replacing a windswept home's original windows and latches with those odious vinyl sliders that might actually contain the heat. In these traditional buildings and used household objects, I think Shane saw something like what Seamus Heaney called hearth language, the intimate, personal, lived vocabulary and grammar of home and community. In the unique forms and techniques of our vernacular architecture, he saw what he has called the most potent manifestation of Newfoundland's culture and the distinctive identity of its people. By the 1970s, a number of historic buildings had already been lost to demolition or neglect, or were under threat by encroaching commercial interests. And so, with an activist fervor, Shane led the fight to save St. John's and its buildings. He helped establish the Newfoundland Historic Trust and the Heritage Foundation, secure funding from Heritage Canada, and form a coalition of preservationists and community planners to address both aesthetic concerns and the ethics of downtown housing. He fought to designate the heritage conservation area downtown, but he awakened a heritage consciousness throughout the province. A leading authority on these matters, Shane has been recognized with the Queen's Jubilee Medal, appointment to the Order of Newfoundland and Labrador, and investment in the Order of Canada. Through his written work, talks, tours, interviews, through his long-time service on heritage boards, and the countless hours he spent back in the day, crouched in the kitchen of his lovingly restored retreat cottage, gripping his rotary phone, while his darling wife, Moya, with the patience of a saint, got their 3 boys out the door. He charmed, cajoled, and convinced politicians and people of influence of our value. Through his efforts, our vernacular architecture is an internationally recognized heritage landscape, and we have a stronger pride of place. Chancellor, for his profound impact on intellectual life within and beyond Memorial, for his sustained advocacy on behalf of the architectural heritage of this province, and for fiercely advancing our tradition of oratory for decades of convocation, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa, gifted educator, gentleman scholar, and savior of St. John's, a man of many words, Shane O'Day.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
A teacher of English at Memorial University. While his background is in Victorian literature, his research area became architectural history, which he taught in the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science from 1975 to 1989. Given Memorial's first Distinguished Teaching Award and made Canadian Professor of the Year in 1988, he was awarded a 3M Teaching Fellowship in 2002. His publications include 2 books of building histories and a number of articles in refereed journals. He also organized 7 exhibitions and delivered over 40 papers on Newfoundland's material history and architecture. Since the early 1970s, Professor O'Day has been a leader in the preservation activity in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Dr. O'Day, I call upon you now to please address convocation.
Chancellor, you will excuse me if I adhere to old rituals and address this convocation in the manner to which I did for almost a generation as your public orator. Now, that does not mean I fail to recognize those who have gathered with you, your platform party of university regents and senators, the Honourable the Minister, of colleagues on the staff and faculty, and of the graduating students, yours and mine, who with their family and friends are the very focus of this day. But why ritual? Ritual is the formal expression of community, and it can be seen in ceremony, in costume, in modes of speech. It involves a blending of the person with the people. Think of your academic robes. Think of a nurse's uniform. Think of the uniforms on Remembrance Day. Beneath the costume is an individual, but for the celebration of the occasion, the individual is subsumed to the group or to the occasion. There is then no loss of self in this, but rather a sense of pride in being part of the occasion. And this convocation, this calling together of the university community, is one of those occasions. We are here because we are all proud of being graduates of this university, which will, in 3 years' time, celebrate its own particular occasion, the centenary of its founding. And that centenary will have a special meaning for me because my wife's mother, Helena McGrath, was the first graduate of Memorial University College. Because her father, Alan Frecker, was this university's first local chancellor. Because she, Moya O'Day, was its long-serving deputy registrar. And because in that centenary year, the 4th generation of our family, our eldest grandson, will have entered these halls. But care is needed in this time of celebration. And we need to ask, why do we call on the trappings of tradition when we see about us that such trappings are so often misused to bind the minds of people and drive them to unconscionable conduct in the name of nation and of tribe? When we recall Srebrenica, Kigali, and more recently Mariupol, we recall the twisting of tradition to serve a twisted cause. We recall the turning of history and of fact to stir dark atavistic fears and bring about previously unheard of acts like last year's attack on the US Capitol. That Americans would vandalize their own seat of government in an attempt to overturn an election was inconceivable, not just to Americans, but also to the entire world. That attack utilized tradition. Look at the number of flags carried that day. Utilized tradition to give life to the great lie of the stolen election. Now, damaging as this has been to the United States, it has also had a terrible effect on international statecraft, for it has removed the world's moral leader from her old preeminence and given encouragement to the hollowing out of democratic expectations. Look at the attempts by Hungary's Orbán and Poland's Kaczynski to appeal to traditional morality, to capture the media, and to stack the judiciary. They are effectively curbing the rule of law and the capacity of a populace to understand what is happening in their countries. And I glance only briefly at the enormity of Putin's perversion of history in his monstrous assault on Ukraine. Yet, consider that. While we mourn the decay of democracy in the old European countries and their Western offspring, while we mask ourselves against this plague run, while we fled from last summer's dreadful fires and floods, last fall's terrible hurricanes and cyclones, is it not extraordinary that, at the same time, we put aside individual and institutional ambition and collaborated with an unprecedented speed and efficacy to develop vaccines for COVID? That in the field of neurology, we have reached into the human mind to be able to communicate with those long thought beyond reach. That we have begun to develop cell treatments that can stimulate new growth and repair damage in nerve cells, whereby conditions like ALS or brain injury might be ameliorated or reversed. Is it not remarkable that we have reached so far outside ourselves with the launching of the James Webb Telescope? With the Hubble telescope, we looked into the eye of God and saw the wondrous beauty of the universe. With the Webb, we can probe the galaxies to tell the tales of the beginning of time. Now we can look deeper and may come to understand more than we have ever known, come to understand that from which we have come. It is heartening that we consider to seek to understand our physical selves and our universe at a time when we also hurtle towards terminating our world and worse, potentially obliterating all memory of ourselves. So, at the back of it all, these intellectual and scientific endeavors, which are the essence of a university education, convey a sense that we do not despair, that we retain in these dark times a sense of possibility, the possibility of altering our course environmentally, politically, morally. And the university is not just the place but the means by which we do it. With each book we open, each idea we encounter, each experiment we try, each dilemma we confront, we advance our own learning, but also the learning of others. Now, you may dismiss that as convocational flattery. It is not. It can be found in my files, my collection of student essays, kept over 50 years of teaching. And those files are not some carping gathering together of comma splices, split infinitives, and the like rhetorical sins. No. They are a record of extraordinary insights that students can bring to reading. And they create an experience that can be intensely moving. Let me give you a brief example. Once, when I was flying home from a conference, and to while away the dull hours aloft, and to meet my departmental obligations to get the marks in on time, I was marking exams. And there I read an answer which, had I not been strapped in, would have taken me right out of the plane. So striking were the ideas, so simply and elegantly expressed was the writing, that I was driven to the edge of tears. Students do that. You did that. You are the person. You are all the people who made me, a somewhat dubious student, into a teacher. But to realize that full possibility of the self does require us each to act, requires us each to assert ourselves for what is right against what is wrong. To fortify yourself for that, you need to maintain your individuality and your integrity. Stand against corruption at whatever level you see it, in your school, your workplace, your union, your city, your province. Add your voice to those who speak out. Lose battles, but over time, win wars by the slow attrition of good example, unquestionable integrity, generosity. Be a simple model for the world. You do not need to be a Greta Thunberg, a Gandhi, a Bill Gates, or a Viola Desmond to effect change. You can set the seeds in small ways by standing with others in giving of your money to a charity, of your time to a hospice, of your voice to a cause. Do understand that your graduation today has been not an end, but a beginning. Your education has given you the capacity to critically assess your choices in life, to guide you down the routes of reason to the heights of the imagination, to open up the possibilities before you. As Leonard Cohen tells us, ring the bells that still can ring. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. That's how the light gets in. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. O'Day. You have left in the air, in the people, in thought, so much in those 10 minutes. 10 minutes. If you can remember, if this is Shane's speech, if you can remember that much, or even that much, it's a gift. It's a gift. And we have drawn to the close of your convocation.
Madam Chancellor,
Yes,
for extraordinary circumstances, we have a slight change, and I seek your assistance in a matter, please. For extraordinary circumstances, we would like to award one graduate degree this evening. In the name of the Senate of the University, I present to you the candidate for the graduate degree approved for tomorrow's session of convocation. I have certified to the Senate that this candidate has fulfilled all the requirements pertaining to the degree. I therefore request that you admit them thereto.
on the authority of the Senate, I, as Chancellor, will now admit this candidate to this degree and confer upon them all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities which belong thereto. I call upon them, on the hearing of their name, to present themselves before me in the hood appropriate to the degree.
For the degree of Master of Science, Nazanin Ahmadislab.
We have to thank you all for coming to Memorial. You have every day of your life at Memorial contributed. Sure, you've gained. Sure, you've learned. But you have left traces of yourself in this place. And as you go on to your future life through this invisible gate, which I noticed some people jumped over, never mind, it's all good. But as you go forward, you are part of the Memorial family now, and we are so proud of you. And you're our pride and our joy. And I hope that this occasion has been one where you have grown, because that's what we look for, occasions to grow. So we will finish our convocation now by asking everybody in the room to rise and give congratulations to our graduates. And we will end the evening by singing the first and last verses of the Ode to Newfoundland, which is inside your program. And we hope you'll come back to see us, and we'll certainly have our eyes and ears out to be following you.
PhD student in Memorial School of Pharmacy and her business partner have created a company to make healthcare more accessible to rural and mobility-restricted patients. Bronwyn Bridges and Gordon Genge's product will remotely monitor, analyze, and rate Parkinson's disease symptoms. Grenfell campus, along with university and community researchers from local Mi'kmaq communities, has been awarded nearly $15 million in funding to investigate how repurposed marine biomass can be developed into new products and create a more sustainable future for the province.
you.